Hi, how are you doing? Hope you are well and safe and having a great day. I'm having a great day as always. Sun's shining today, autumn's on its way, but everything looks lovely out in the garden. And I've been painting in Rebelle 4. I painted this picture of a walk we went on in at Chatsworth House in the gardens, and I got inspired by the patterns and the textures in the rocks, and that was the whole thing that pushed me into painting this painting. It took me down avenues, trying different techniques that I've never used before, and then kind of moving away from that. But that was the starting point, and that got me excited. That's what got me excited about painting this. So let's get straight into the painting. Oh, I just want to say you can paint this in any app you like. Of course, I use Rebelle 4, but you can use any app. It's all about the emotion and the draftsmanship, I suppose, rather than what app you're using. So that's it. No more talking. Let's get straight into the painting. It's been a few weeks since I've been painting in Rebelle. I'm going to do an oil painting today. This is the scene I'm going to do here, and I want to start with a charcoal sketch. A bit of charcoal. Let's go with this one. No idea what we're going to get here. Basically, with this painting, these rocks are going to pretty much define the style that the paintings takes. I'm going to use sort of vertical brush strokes like this to get these rocks in, and that's what's inspired me to do this one. This is Chatsworth House. It's a sort of I guess a stately home in the UK, owned by I think it's the Duke of Essex, Duke and Duchess of Essex, although it's in Derbyshire, so I don't know how come it's their ancestral home, but it is. This is all way too big, isn't it? And it's a fantastic garden, absolutely awesome. Should really spend a bit more time thinking about, right, okay, that's going to be, I do this a lot, you know. I find that my drawing skills, or drafting skills, I suppose, really, not drawing skills, my drafting skills are not as good as they used to be since I've been drawing digital, because you can just do what I've just done, you know, you can just resize it. And I should spend more time thinking about see this tree, how it's leaning to the right. I'm going to lean it to the left for the sake of the composition. Lean it into the picture rather than out of it. Like that. Yeah, I need to spend more time. Even now, look, the tree sort of comes down there. Thinking about proportions, where things are going to go. I've the last few paintings I've noticed I'm doing a lot of resizing and spending a lot of time to putting detail in things, where really I should be thinking about the bigger picture to start with, and then getting in there and doing the detail. So this is coming together quite nice. I'm loving the really loose look of it, and this is why I'm drawing in pencil actually, and not gone straight in with the painting. Moving them across a little bit. Just for the sake of composition. Got the shadow going across there like that. Liking it. Yeah, I think that's pretty much what I'd got in mind. And now I know I've got everything in the right place before I start. So I could probably get away with painting all of this on one layer. That's what I should do every time, you know. I should sort of set out the whole thing like this instead of working on bits of it. It just needs a rough sketch. I mean, how many minutes does that take me? 4 minutes. By the way, I'm working on a A3 size canvas. I'm using the machine made, it's called the machine made canvas. That's what I'm working on. Zoom in, you can see that. And obviously I'm just using the default color and everything. These are all default tools, nothing that you need to go out and hunt down separately or anything like that. Right, let's get some sort of background color in. So I'm going to go in with my oil brush. Thin paint. I want to start with thin paint. I really need to think about probably making a few brushes or something. A square brush to resize. Oh, you know when I said I don't need one layer? Yes, I do. I could get away with one layer. No, I can't. I need a new layer. Let's create a new layer. Whoops. There we go. So this one is going to be my drawing. Right above there. This is going to be my ground. I've got that below. Now I can paint. Just getting some darks and things. I'm going with, usually I go in with orange, don't I? But I thought I'd mix it up a little bit. Just see what we come up with. Put a bit of yellow in there as well. I'll do. This doesn't look like it's got any colour on at all, does it now? That'll do. There we are. Just sort of soften it up a bit. I'm going to use the blender actually. Where's it gone? Here. Just to smooth that around a bit. Get that darker colour out. Well, now I can start painting into that with my whatever colour. I don't know yet. Whatever colour I think I'm going to work with. So I'm thinking about going in with the trees. I need a new layer now. So much for this one's going to go above the drawing layer. Okay, I should lock these two, shouldn't I? Just to stop me drawing on them. There we go, that's them locked. Right, this tree then. Now I've got everything sort of set out. I'm pretty much okay with zooming in, zooming out, and not worrying about detail and things. Looking for colour. I could pick a colour off here, couldn't I, with the Alt key and go like that. If you know, I don't know if you know you can do that or not, because I never ever do it. Should I do that for a change? Should I do that as an experiment? I never pick the colours off here. I always go with my own palette. You know what? I'm going to try it. If I don't like it, I'm going to go back to brush, change brush. That's no good. I just use this wash brush. Lost a layer now. Let's put that back. There we go. Just use this wash brush to get that initial colour on. That's not going to work for initial painting. I think I'll still stick with thin paint. I don't necessarily need to be using thick paint, and I want a flat brush. And I said, I've already forgotten, I was going to do kind of paint with vertical strokes like this. This was the idea. I'd already forgotten that. What did I say that 2 minutes ago? Maybe little shorter strokes as well. And sizing the brush with a square bracket. Already, look, I've picked one colour off here. Come on, Steve. You said you was going to use this. And already I'm going to the wheel instead of I said I was going to do. See what I mean about where I was going with this? I picked the colour off the canvas then. You just Alt key. That's all. I think that's allowed because that has come off the photo, hasn't it? Go around here. I'm going to go in with some thick paint, definitely. Like that colour. Oops. Got this tree here, haven't we? Look. That's the one. Like that. I'm digging this. I'm liking the style. It's coming together quite well. I'm just wondering if I can go in with horizontal strokes as well as vertical. I've never painted like this before. This is a new something new for me. So I can kind of go in with a thin brush and start painting in these shadows between these rocks. Like that. I'm just using this photo as a reference, by the way. I'm not trying to copy every rock as it appears there on the canvas. That's on the photo. That just doesn't work for me. Let's try blending this a bit. I haven't got that kind of patience. I've put the blender on, so it's half blender and half paint, so I can sort of soften off some of these rocks. But I'm just using that to give me the feel of these rocks. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to. I've still got to kind of work this vertical thing. I just love this app. It's so cool. By the way, if you're interested, Humble Bundle, I've got a deal on Corel Painter at the minute, and you can get Corel Painter, which is usually about £400, for £22 with a stack of brushes, extra brushes that it comes with, and that's on for the next at least 10 days, I would say. No, maybe 8 days. I'm thinking when this video is going to go live. 8 days. So if you're interested in Corel Painter, you've never bought it because it's so expensive compared to everything else, there's your opportunity to grab it at an affordable price. Well, I guess it's affordable. £20 might not be affordable if you are at school and haven't got an income yet, perhaps. I don't know. But as in the bigger scheme of things, it's affordable. I need to take this blender off at the minute. That's I want more sharper edges. That's it. I'm going to put a few. Just going to try that. If I don't like those horizontal ones, I can take them out. Actually, I think I do. I think I do like that. I'll bring them over here a bit as well. I'm going to bring this dark down behind that character. I think that will highlight that out quite nice. Use an auto save then. Selecting the colours off the photo again. Promised I would. I brought that tree down. I like that tree lower. You see I've got it there, and lower than the people on the photo. It's above. I like the way it's sort of tying. There's a link between the people and the tree, which I'm liking. Looks can come out here a bit more. Square brackets. Change the size of that brush. Like that. Yeah, liking that. Kind of putting some of those that bark detail in there, and I'm not using black. I don't use black. I think I need to go dark around that. It's a bit tricky just to get the right colour you want. It's got the green in it. Beginning to refine it a bit now, you see. Looking at the shadow. I'm painting shadows, you know. I've said this a million times, haven't I? I'm just sort of looking at the shadows, popping them in. So do that a bit. Just pops those rocks, doesn't it? Wow. I like that purple. I'm going to keep some of that in. I'm not going to the end. If I go to the edge of the canvas with this, like that, it draws your eye to it. I don't want that. I'll keep that more to the centre. And I can put a few sort of rim lights, I guess. Get that blender on again. With this brush, once you put the blender on, pressure applies the colour, and then soft brush work blends it. I kind of like that. This is made up, isn't it, compared to the photo? There we go. I'm not going to put these green grasses in like that. They're going to go completely against what I'm trying to achieve. Oops. There we go. They've got to follow this sort of vertical or horizontal look, I think. See some brown in there. Let's get that in. Am I allowed to do diagonal strokes? Is that going to work? I think so. I think it is. Got the shadow of the tree. I'm sort of exaggerating that a little bit. Obviously the person on the right's not going to get a look in. No way. I like this blending. Do like that. That's a bit more. I like that brush stroke I've just put in. That defines the trunk, I think. I'm looking at the photo. I should pick the colours off here, shouldn't I? Looking at the photo, and there's colours that they've got the greens in there. What if I should just pop a little bit of this purple in here, just for balance, really. So the old painting, the concept of the old thing has come from these rocks. With this sort of vertical brushstroke idea. That's what inspired me. So I'm drawing from nature, I suppose, to how I'm going to tackle this painting. Oops, I don't know what happened there. I just wanted to take the colour there. Like that. Maybe that's a bit bright. Let's just knock that back a bit. And you know, you can still see the pencil marks. I quite like that as well. I quite like that. There we go. There's some of these rocks over here, but in shadow. That's it. I like these sort of abstract people we've got going off here. I don't want to get too much detail. Square bracket there just to adjust the brush size. No, well, that's almost enough, isn't it? I tell you what, it's a nice easy way to get skin tones. That cut off there, quite nice. Well, that's almost it for the people, isn't it, really? Quite like that lady's hair. Sort of massive ponytail. It's quite cool. Right, okay, bigger brush again. Get that shadow back. There's a shadow coming from a tree over here as well, isn't there? It's nice warm colour. So that's coming on. I'm so glad I did that drawing first, you know. I'm going to go into some thick paint now. So shall we just try the thick wet? Thick wet. And I guess now I'll just be picking colours. Whoops. Off the canvas. Brush is way too big. Hang on. Better. Let's try flat hairy. Is that going to be better? Quite like that. Flat bristle. Oh, that's better. That's probably a bit more like it. Let's just try this knife. What does that do? That's the one. Flat knife. It's just called flat. I like that texture. Look at that. That's sort of, yeah. That's perfect. Just to add a bit of texture to this whole affair. If I zoom in, I'll zoom in on this a bit. Okay. Size down a bit. Where's the head gone? Well, I seem to have coped all right with picking colours off of the source photo. Like I say, I don't normally do that, but it seems to have worked okay, and I can blend a bit. Just wanted to define that tree a little bit more. Okay. Maybe even these rocks. I could put some of that purple back on. When you press on it, it looks good. I like it a lot. I want this colour. That's it. Actually got some of that brown coming up in here, look like this. Yeah, that's yeah. Look at the texture went in there. I like it. That's it. I'm just going to step back a bit. I don't like these two right at the edge. It'll just pull your eye to the edge of the canvas, and I don't want that. It's looking a bit more like it. Every now and again I sort of sit back and take a longer look. Think, is it representing what I want it to represent? Just move that down a bit, that's it. And yeah, it's getting there. I mean, my canvas is slightly different proportions to the source photo, so we've got to take that into account as well. Just using this knife. We've got this sort of shadowy area here that I've totally missed out. I quite like that. Yeah. try and get a bit more yellow. That's too dark. Oh, where's my photo gone? That's it. Yeah. Here we go. I think we're about there with that. Not much more I want to do. A bit there. Maybe in the foreground you would get texture. You'd get lots of texture. We should do that a bit. Trying to keep it vertical. There's something about me that keeps wanting to do that though, which I think's all right. Can I get this sort of yellowy colour? I quite like that. That sort of makes things come forward. I want some of that in here. I think I quite like that. That's yeah, that's quite nice. It sort of leads you out to the people a little bit. Yeah, I like that. And then we've got these sort of little white flowers just here. Do I need to pop them in? Might be quite nice. I don't know. Yeah. There. Let's get it signed. I'll just use the same brush, really small. What colour have we got? Let's use one of these dark colours. Zoom in a bit. That colour's too dark, isn't it? You don't want to overdo it. Is that nicer? That's better. So there we have it. What have I done? I've painted something that I might just go in with the rocks a bit. Something that I was inspired by the source photo, and particularly patterns made by these rocks that I wanted to kind of emphasize that and repeat that pattern or texture, whatever you want to call it, throughout the painting, even in the shapes of the leaves and things. And so just looking at nature and getting inspired and following that that pattern and incorporating it into the painting much more. So I've not really done that before. That's sort of another first for me. I'm trying to with these longer videos you see that I'm doing, I'm trying to experiment all the time, and I'm forever sort of coming up with different ideas because I'm not sort of just churning videos out one after the other. It gives me time to plan a little bit more and think and be a bit more creative. So I hope you like that. I know I'm enjoying it much more doing that than how I was before, where I was sort of just doing 3 videos a week and churning them out. Now I can think about something that inspires me and get excited about it. So anyway, that's it. Enough waffling. You know what? I thought it was finished, but I think I am going to create a new layer. I'll lock this one first and set this one to multiply blend mode. So when I paint a colour over this, I'm going to use this palette knife to do it. It will. I'm going to try a purple actually. Purple. It will. You see, it's almost transparent. You can see the colours underneath because I want to add a bit of shadow. And I think that a little bit of this might just do the trick. Look. It's kind of wavered away from this sort of vertical stroke painting that I was initially planning, hasn't it? That initial starting point has just gone. Yes. I might lighten this up a bit, you know, sort of change the opacity just to, you know, bring it up a bit when I've finished. I always feel that this this blend mode layer always adds so much to a painting. Eraser some of this out. Might even go back in after and paint some more highlights. There we go. That's it. Just come a bit lighter for here. So I can put some shadows on there as well. In fact, I'm just wondering if I should overpaint some of this. These darker shadows. That just to me makes it pop a little bit more, and I'm gonna throw that back a bit like that. I think, yeah, that sort of just pushes those back into the shade a little bit, and all of that helps, I think. So by painting with a lighter colour over the top of this, I haven't got to adjust the opacity at all now. I've got exactly what I want going off. There. Oops. Just going to create one more layer. Oops. Yeah, like that. I can see that better now. That's and see some of the rocks being a bit more defined. That's nice. That's it. That's what I was looking for. Now it's finished. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, big thumbs up as always is much appreciated. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. I've got lots of videos like this, and I would love to be sharing them with you. So don't forget, everybody, stay safe, stay sane, and keep painting. And hopefully I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.